So Black Ops 4 is right around the corner, guys, and I was fortunate enough to be invited by Call of Duty and Activision to the E3 event, the massive E3 gaming convention, and there I was able to record some more Black Ops 4 multiplayer gameplay for you guys. And obviously they've updated and changed a lot of things since when they first revealed, and I played at the community reveal back in May 17th. So it's been about a month since I last played, and I must say I'm really excited for you guys to get your hands on Black Ops 4. It really feels good, and the fact that this is still in pre-alpha makes me extremely confident that things will be fine-tuned to be fantastic once they fully release the game in October. And of course the beta will really help in that once the beta's out and everybody's able to give their feedback, they will make a lot of adjustments accordingly to make the game play a lot better and have things more balanced and appropriately positioned for the final release on October 12th. Now today, guys, I'm going to be discussing a pretty popular topic, and that is the best weapon in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 as of now. Now, like I said, this is going to only be a pre-alpha review, but I think that this weapon, because of its past in the Black Ops series, and we'll get to that in a second, and also just because of there's a couple things about it, a couple features that I want to talk about that I don't think they're going to be changing too much. I think this weapon is going to remain fairly dominant. Now, who knows, there might be a weapon that comes out in the final launch that's a lot better, but for right now, I'm very confident that this weapon will be used quite frequently throughout the Black Ops 4 cycle. So before we get into that, make sure to smash that like button, guys, if you do enjoy Black Ops content, if you're excited for Treyarch to be returning to the battlefield with their new game, and of course, subscribe to Carnage if you are new. You don't want to miss out on any Black Ops 4 multiplayer content. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So today, guys, we are talking about the ICR-7. The ICR-7 is the exact same weapon from Black Ops 3. It is basically the same exact ICR that was so popular in BO3. Personally, with me, I thought it was one of the best guns in the game. That was so underrated. It was extremely accurate. The iron sights were fantastic, and it had a pretty good damage. Obviously, it was good in range and such, so I loved the weapon a lot. I did really well with it. It was by far my most used weapon in Black Ops 3. So to see Black Ops 4 return with the ICR is extremely exciting for me, but guys, I personally think this is the best weapon in the game as of now. You're watching a 47 or 46 to 15 kill gameplay. I also pick up a strike team in this gameplay, which is the second highest kill streak currently, and remember, they're probably going to be adding several more kill streaks in the final build that we don't know about yet, probably several, 5 to 6 maybe, hopefully. And the strike team is I think 1,200 points, so I was able to go on that streak at a actual event where, you know, the players are not exactly bad, they're pretty experienced, they're there to record gameplay, so, and other YouTubers as well. So the weapon is very accurate, it's very consistent. The only thing I will say is, compared to the Rampart, so the Rampart is the Scar, basically, the Scar remake. We did a video covering the weapons returning from the Black Ops series into Black Ops 4, and the Rampart 17 is basically the Scar H from Black Ops 2, and that weapon is extremely good, don't get me wrong, but it fails to be extremely good in accuracy, in range, and it does have superiority over the ICR in regards to damage. It is definitely better, but honestly, I think the fire rate really makes up in the difference. The Rampart is extremely slow shooting, so it can really hurt you, especially if somebody has like rapid fire on, or even somebody has something on like the ICR and they just tend to be a lot more accurate. They're gonna kill you first. So the ICR is definitely a good weapon overall that I think you should use right off the bat as soon as Black Ops 4 comes out. It's what I would recommend building your first class setup with, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed in its performance. If you know and loved the Black Ops 3 ICR well, you're going to like this one. It feels exactly the same. It really truly does, and that's coming from somebody that used the BO3 ICR a lot. So just take my word for it. I think you guys are going to like the weapon. It's solid. Now, the runner-ups, I wanted to talk about the runner-ups as well. The Rampart, like I said, is definitely a good AR. I would probably say it's the second best as of now. And then also, there's an SMG that personally I think is extremely good, and obviously was used a lot in these recording sessions, and it was called the MX-9. The MX-9 is kind of like the Vector from Ghost. That's what it reminds me a lot of, I think, at least for the iron sights and such. But it's very good. It plays well. You don't obviously need a reticle on it or anything. It just is very solid iron sights. You actually see it in this gameplay. You're watching it probably right now as I'm talking, and it's a solid weapon. It really is. It has good range, it has good fire rate, it has good accuracy, and it has solid damage. It definitely has a drop off, so damage isn't so strong obviously at longer distances, and that's obvious when you're talking about an SMG. However, I would say it's probably one of the best SMGs. The other SMG that I would say is pretty good is the Cordite, which is basically the PDW returning from Black Ops 2. That's probably the best, the second best, if not the best. It's kind of a juggle between the two. It depends on your playstyle, I guess. But the last SMG, in my opinion, is really, really bad. I think it needs to be buffed to kind of balance it out to make it just competitive with the other weapons. Now, I will say that I had the first game I used it without a silencer, and it wasn't bad, but also the enemies were definitely tough, so I wasn't doing so hot. And then the second time around, I used it with a silencer, and that was a no-go. Definitely a no-go. Never using a silencer ever again on that weapon. That was horrible. I was getting, like, it's a burst weapon, so I would hit somebody with 3 bursts, and they would still be alive. So that's a no-go, and then, of course, they had body armor. So, yeah, it was very, very weak. But the MX9, guys, is a really good weapon. It feels good to use. It's a very satisfying weapon to get kills with. If you guys know what I'm talking about, probably do if you play a lot of Call of Duty, of course, and it's a great weapon. It really is. And then some of the rifles, personally, I don't know. I thought they were okay. I wasn't a huge fan. Honestly, you know, the Swordfish, not a huge fan of that weapon. I'm really sticking towards the MX9 as well as the Rampart, which is the Scar returning, and then finally the ICR. Those are my top weapons now that I've played this game twice, and I've gotten, I think, like 15 games in overall. So a couple hours of actual in-game time. Those are the weapons that really stood out to me. I've used all the weapons at this point, and they're by far the best. The SOG 9mm is what I would stay away from. That's an SMG. The last assault rifle, it's called the Vapor XKG. It's okay, honestly, but it's not comparable, in my opinion, to the ICR. It has less, like, accuracy. Its damage is extremely low. It's the lowest out of all of them. I think maybe just slightly lower than the ICR, but then its range is lower, and the fire rate is like pretty much equal to the ICR. So between the two, the ICR is just a better weapon. If you really want better damage, you have to go with the Rampart. And then with the SMGs, like I said, the MX9 is the best. The Cordite's the second best. Stay away from the SOG. Then the tactical rifles, the Auger DMR, it's pretty good. You can get 2 shots with it, especially in the upper chest. I like it. It's kind of like the MK14 from Modern Warfare 3. That's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. Swordfish, you definitely need like a reticle on it. It's not that great in my opinion. You can get 1 burst with it, I guess, but maybe I'm just not good with it. It's a burst weapon, and I wasn't a huge fan, but it's not horrible, I guess. Then we had the Titan LMG, which I'm not a huge fan of LMGs personally, but it's definitely a solid weapon overall. But I didn't notice, you know, many people using it. It wasn't of any annoyance or anything like that. And then the snipers, those are just godly. If you're good at quick scoping, if you're good at sniping, you're gonna love Black Ops 4, guys. If they don't touch it from when we played, wow, it is good. It is really good. The Paladin and the Kashka, they're both fantastic rifles, sniper rifles, I should say. And in quick scoping it's back. Like, it's almost too powerful. It really is. If you're good at quick scoping, like the guys in FaZe, man, I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna stay away from the FaZe clan members, because I know that's gonna be just brutal. But anyways, guys, hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Once again, subscribe to Carnage if you are new. Drop a like on today's video. If you made it to this point in the video, comment down below saying, I run the ICR. And I want to know your thoughts and opinions on Black Ops 4 thus far. What are you most excited for, and what are you least excited for? What do you want to see changed? With that being said, I will talk to you all in the next one. And I did want to add on here real quick that you can expect another Black Ops 4 video tomorrow. We're going to be covering something in regards to specialists, and if not that, we're going to be talking about the best kill streak in the game that I think that people really just don't know about it, and it kind of was hinted in this video, but definitely a good kill streak. And we're also going to be discussing the best specialists, like I said, and maybe some specialist comparisons to Black Ops 3. Look forward to those Black Ops 4 videos, guys. You'll see another one this week and then a couple more next week. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I will catch you all in the next one.
Flame unit smoked. Ajax threat down.
AO pacified. Government forces take the win.
expired. Ajax dropped.